Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Page. I'm with Texas Trade Days. I own the market and all. And I'm over here at the Pasadena Convention Center and Municipal Fairgrounds. We are going to be at the Barbecue Pavilion this Sunday, so I'm real excited to be back here at the fairgrounds. I know we've been talking a lot about it last year and then this year. So, you know, even though Kingwood kind of had a mistake happen and we're no longer there, that I'm kind of glad that happened, because that gave us the opportunity to go back to the fairgrounds that so many of y'all have been asking me for. So I'm really excited about Sunday. I wanted to give a rundown about setup and things like that today. I'll also be sending out market day emails too, because we have so many vendors coming over from the canceled June 26th market in Kingwood. So, you know, visual kind of helps out a little bit more than just me, you know, talking to you. If you go on the website, go to the vendor information page, scroll down, and then you'll see the Pasadena Market Day details page. That will also give you the information you need for Sunday as well, but it won't give you other than photos, it won't give you this actual visual and a quick rundown to let you know what to expect and how things are going to be set up, like I'm going to give you now. So anyway, I want to do that. It's been a while. Those of you that have been here at Pasadena, it's going to be the same way pretty much. It's not going to be assigned spaces. You're not going to have a number, okay? Because there's like 30 of us, and it's going to be real hectic for this first one back. But if you're under the pavilion, you're assigned by, you know, your space location. So like the pavilion, the uncovered pavilion space with a concrete ground, it's like that little square in the back. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then, of course, the outdoor, bring your tents, just like you would if you were at Kingwood or anywhere else. And I'll show you where all that is. Now, the fairgrounds, the city of Pasadena owns the fairgrounds, and they have been doing some updates here. A lot of it's good stuff, but you're also going to come across some construction. If you're coming from the north side of Houston, or from the west side, and you're going east, you're coming here, I don't think there's a whole lot of construction, but just in case there's a project that has popped up, double check TxDOT's website, see if the route you're going to take is clear. So be sure to do that, and always give yourself extra time to get here. Generally it takes about an hour anywhere you come, you know, from Houston. Give yourself an hour and a half or more, okay? If you're coming from Pasadena, you already know. But if you're coming from the south in Galveston County, which a lot of you guys are, around Galveston County, Brazoria County, you know, Webster, all that, we know there's construction. Now 146 has construction, and 45 has some construction if you're south of NASA Road 1. So if you want to avoid construction on 45, you can go over to Bay Area, take it to Red Bluff, all the way to Red Bluff, and then take a left, and you'll hit a little bit of construction. It's because they're putting in a new bridge over a waterway. It's not real bad, but it does go down to 45 miles an hour with one lane on the right, going towards the fairgrounds, okay, at Fairmont. If you're going 146, you know, they've got all that construction through Seabrook and Kemah, and then you can exit Red Bluff, and then go west on Red Bluff and take it to either the Red Bluff Gate, which I'll show you in a minute, or over here at the Fairmont Gate, which I'm sitting at right now. So if you want to avoid construction, period, especially if you're coming from the south, then what I would do is make your way over to Space Center Boulevard, and then go up Space Center to Fairmont, take a right on Fairmont, and then the fairgrounds is going to be on the right as you cross Red Bluff, okay? So again, it's slower speed limits, more traffic lights. Shouldn't be too bad on a Sunday morning, but again, give yourself extra time, okay? So just, that's a quick thing. The Red Bluff Gate should be open. If it is not open, or if you're coming up on Fairmont, just come to Fairmont Gate. I'll show you here in a minute. You'll see the marquee, and then the San Jacinto College is going to be on your left if you're heading east, on your right if you're heading west. But you'll see the convention center building. We're going to go past that. I'm going to show you the route. You'll see my signs. I have directional signs that'll lead you back to the back of the property by the Red Bluff Gate, past the rodeo arena, where we're going to be. All right. So if you go anywhere else, you're not going to find us. We're only at this little barbecue pavilion. Okay. So let me take you around. Let me show you around, and then I will show you how setup's going to go to kind of make Sunday morning go a little bit easier, especially since a lot of you have not been with us. You're new with us. You're brand new, period, or you haven't been with us at Pasadena. Okay. So it's a little different than the way we run over at Kingwood. Kingwood's just a small community market at a community park. But these fairgrounds, different rules, things like that. And they're a different creature. I don't really know how else to say it, so it's a little different. But anyway, let me take you around. I may go horizontal, so if you're on your phone, turn your phone. If you're on the computer and you're watching this, I'm sorry, bear with me. But you'll see a better view of everything when I turn my phone horizontal. It's just, it's not going to automatically do it on your end, so I'm very sorry. So let me turn this around and show you what it looks like from the Fairmont Gate. I am in the parking lot right now. That is sitting to the right of the convention center building when you come in the Fairmont Gate. And it's the main gate where the marquee is, if you are unfamiliar with that gate. So I'm going to show you over here. I'm going to make a little U-turn around it. So this is the Fairmont Drive, the Fairmont Gate. You see the marquee on the left. There's the marquee. And this is Fairmont, okay? And then across the street, you see the building to the left. Across the street, this is San Jacinto College, Central Campus. All right, so I'm going to turn around. Going in this direction, you're looking towards the Beltway. Behind me is 146, okay? So you'll pull into this drive here. And if you've got comments, feel free to drop them in the questions or whatever. Drop them in the comments section. I'll get to them whenever I get through this, okay? So this is the Fairmont Drive, Fairmont Gate. And that building right in front of us is the Pasadena Convention Center, okay? So we're going to go ahead and just go right through this little drive here, and then we're going to go immediately left. You should start seeing my signs. It's usually where I put them on the right, and just kind of follow them back. So we're going to go completely past the convention center building. Be careful. There are some events happening this weekend. I don't know how many of them are actually going to be going on Sunday, but just be careful because they have their vendors and stuff like that too. I think there's a barrel race. There's a gun and knife show today and tomorrow, or at least tomorrow, something like that. All right, so when you get here to this intersection, take a right and then an immediate left. You'll take this wide drive all the way back. The pavilion you see right in front of us, in the center, is the rodeo arena. On the right, you will see the Pasadena Strawberry Festival office. And then this other pavilion to the right is the FFA pavilion. We're going to go ahead and take a left. We're going to go around the rodeo arena. And they have definitely did some improvement. They've concreted this drive around here, so it's not that broken asphalt like it used to be. So some good stuff. But you'll start seeing some of their road projects. And then we're going to take a right this next drive, keep going past the rodeo arena. It looks a little further out than it is on the phone, but it's really not that far back. And then we'll take a left, and it is this pavilion that we're going to be at, okay? So we're nowhere else. You'll see us all here, okay? And my sign should lead you here. One thing of note I want to let you know is they are redoing the asphalt drive. So we have a line of broken asphalt here to the left of the pavilion by the tree line. Let's try to stay away from this as much as we can. We're not going to set up over here. This is typically where we kind of park. If you don't want to park over here and get trapped, then just ignore this left side of the pavilion, okay? Or give yourselves plenty of room. So I'm going to go ahead and park. Wait, no, let me show you the Red Bluff Gate. Sorry. So to the right of the pavilion, you'll see the Red Bluff Gate. Of course, there's the back side of the rodeo arena. And again, it's not that far. It looks like it's further away on the phone, but this is the Red Bluff Gate coming up. You'll see that big metal building to the left of the rodeo arena. And that's Campbell Hall. We're not there either. But this big gate should be open, and I'll have my banner on this gate, okay? So this is Red Bluff Road. All right. So it'd just be easy if you came through this way, but no big deal if you go through Fairmont. I'll lead you back there with my signs, okay? So that's the way this is, and it's before the water tower. So if you're heading north, it's before the water tower, okay? So if you pass the water tower, then just go ahead and go over to Fairmont and go through that gate. It's a hassle turning around to try to get through this gate. All right, let me turn around. All right. So this is the main parking area on the left and the right. They've redone it. It's very nice now. And then, of course, there's the barbecue pavilion on the right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and park over to the right. Which is usually where like customers will park. Some of y'all do park over here. It doesn't matter where you park specifically, except I need you to avoid one area, and we'll go over that here in a second. Hold on. So I'm going to turn y'all back around. All right. Okay. So there's how to get back here. So let me get out and show y'all around. Okay, so there are three different, let me put my phone in my keys in my pocket. There are three different booth spaces that are here. We have the outdoor spaces, that's for those of you that have your tents. And then you'll have the pavilion spaces and the uncovered pavilion spaces, okay? Many of you that are coming from Kingwood, especially June 26th, most of you that just kind of moved over, you're going to have the outdoor spaces. So this is where that is going to be. It's right in front of the pavilion here. Oh, but tell me I can't rotate. So this is where you're going to be, okay? It's very in line. If you go to the Pasadena Market Details page, you'll see the layout at the bottom, and they'll show you where you're going to set up. So please, 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 do not park your cars to load or unload right here, okay? Just not in front of this pavilion, okay? Because I'm going to have the tents lined up. So you're going to get in the way if you have your cars right here. You can park nearby, like over here, or further out there, or off to the left of the pavilion when you're facing it, but not right in front of it, please. So if you do, I'll ask you to move, okay? Because this is where I'm going to put all the outdoor vendors, all right? So this is the barbecue pavilion. It's just a roof. It's a pretty low, let me turn you. It's a pretty low roof, all right? Most tents do not fit under here, okay? And it does show some age, you know. Also, I don't want any property damage for either you or for Pasadena if you try to put your tents up, okay? There's some lights we have to dodge. There's some hanging obstacles. Just no tents underneath this pavilion, all right? Those of you that have pavilion spaces, for the uncovered part of it, you're outside, but you're not out on that crushed asphalt. You're actually over here on the concrete. So it's still part of the pavilion pad site, but it's not under the roof. Those of you that have the uncovered pavilion space, you can bring your tents, okay? So this is the way it looks. So the roof of the pavilion is like an L. Make sense? All right, and here's a cheat. So if we're underneath the pavilion, we don't have the 10 by 10 tents to tell us what's 10 by 10, right? So here's a cheat, except for these 3 poles here. These don't tell you anything. But you see how, let me back up. I wish I can zoom out more. But you see how the distance between like these 2 poles, it's about 10 feet, okay? So you'll have one vendor here, you'll have a vendor here, you have another 10 by 10 vendor here. Don't corner yourselves. If you see a corner like this, just, that's a vendor. And then you'll see a concrete walkway like right here. Skip these 2 poles so that we have people coming in. And then we'll have another vendor space in this triangle, then one next to them, another one next to them, and so forth, okay? Same thing on the other side by the restrooms. Again, there's this corner here, okay? And then there's the concrete walkway, okay? So that's how that's gonna work. So you'll just line up with each other that way, okay? So each spot, except for the ones in the middle that go out to the L part, out to the back, where the barbecue grill is, each pole in between is about 10 feet apart, okay? So that's a quick cheat. So these are the restrooms. We have facility restrooms. We have men and women. They are not air conditioned or heated. They're pretty rough, okay? But it's not a porta potty. So it is well ventilated though, all right? So with all of that, it's a little dusty. I won't have the equipment to clean all of this up, and I highly doubt maintenance is going to be doing it too. So just come prepared. And then if you're outdoors, it's going to be hot. But one thing about outdoors here, most fairgrounds, most places we're at, you can't stake, either because there's concrete underneath the ground or asphalt underneath the ground for drainage, or there's electrical wires that or irrigation systems like sprinklers and stuff that are underneath the ground. So we can't stake pretty much any venue we're at, no staking. That's why it's so important to have 35 to 45 pounds per leg on each leg of your tent, okay? So with this, you can't stake. It's crushed asphalt. I can show you. See, it's crushed asphalt and some dirt, okay? So we don't really have the grass anymore. And even so, there's asphalt underneath the grass for drainage because it's the fairgrounds. So don't even try to stake. It won't work. Like sometimes I can't even get my little bandit signs, a little H, wire H frames for the little like coroplast signs. I can't even get them in the ground some places. So don't even try. Let me go over a couple of rules too. A lot of it is in the vendor policy and on the market details page for Pasadena. But Pasadena has a no outside food and beverage policy. We will have Rolling Thunder, Rolling Republic barbecue food truck. She'll be out with that. It's a barbecue food truck. I don't know how much water and stuff she's going to bring. If barbecue isn't your thing, or you just don't like that vendor, that's okay. You can bring your food, but be really discreet about it. We do have security here. It's City of Pasadena Police Department. They're not really here for us. They're here for crowd control and the venue, okay, even though we pay for them. So be real discreet about your food. Go eat it in your car, okay? I will have some extra water with me. Bring your own water. You can have your drinks with you. It's going to be hot, but hopefully it won't be too much since we have moved the time for 11 to 3. But certainly do that. I will have some water too. And of course, if Rolling Republic has beverages for you to purchase, please support them, okay? But other than that, no big deal. I think that should be it. Just be real discreet with your food because of that policy. It's not as strict out here, but as it is like in the indoor spots, but they still don't like that because the concession stuff is all through the city, okay? So there's that. Those of you that are food vendors, even if you're cottage food vendors, please get with Martha with the City of Pasadena Health Department today. Just talk to her. Cottage food vendors, if you follow the cottage food law to the T, you don't have to worry about the permit because that gives you the protection from the temporary food establishment permits. Samples must be pre-packaged and labeled. You cannot give open samples for them to consume right on the spot. That requires a food permit, okay? So just don't do that. So there's not many of y'all that are going to be food vendors here at this market coming up on Sunday. But just in case, if it was an idea that you may want to do, even if it's candy, just call Martha over there. I'll drop the the phone number for her and the links in the comments below after I do the video. And she's super nice. She's going to be out to inspect the market and take a look at all the food vendors on Sunday too. I don't know when she's going to come. She does have a full list of markets to do and some other things on Sunday, but she will be making a stop by. And of course, it'd be a good time too to meet her and say hi too. So just be prepared for that. Also, trash. Bring your own trash bags, okay? You might find I'll drive by there, but you might find a dumpster up by the convention center to throw all your trash bags away. Do so. If there's one there, we can use it. But bring your own trash bags. Do not leave anything here. So the whole fiasco over at Kingwood is nothing compared to the way it is at these next two venues. Okay, so there's a lot of responsibility once we start stepping up into these kind of venues, okay? So bring your own trash bags and everything. Another thing I want to let you know too is there are... hold on, let me answer Loretta. So we cannot bring ice chests for our personal drinks. Yes, keep it in the car though, okay? But you can bring it. I'm going to bring one too, and I'll keep it in the truck. But, and I'll have the tailgate down for y'all have access to it, okay? But just keep it in the car. But yes, bring it. Just be discreet about it. You understand? But you can have drinks at your booth, water especially. That's fine. But just be discreet about it. They're not going to kick us out for it. We just need to be respectful of that policy that they have. We've been okay so far. But again, COVID's changed a lot of things. So we need to be really careful about all of that, especially at these venues, all right? You're very welcome. Okay, so one more thing I want to go over. Many of you that have been with us at Pasadena before know this, but there are electrical plugs. That does not mean they're available. I will be duct taping all of them. So if I think one person asked me if generators were okay. Yes, bring a generator. But do not use an electrical plug. The city of Pasadena charges $35. Last I checked, $35 per plug. I kid you not. So, and then if I were to charge electricity, then I'd have to charge you that plus the fees because they charge me $35 a plug plus a credit card fee. So don't use them. I didn't even request for them to be on. You see here, it's not, well, the phone's not doing much justice, but it's a little shady, but it's not too dark. We'll be good. There is a slight breeze here, so I don't know if you can tell. My hair is kind of blowing. If you can't tell, see, there's a slight breeze here. So be prepared for that. Do whatever you need to. There is a joke, and it's 2:17 right now. There is a joke about Pasadena with 2 o'clock winds. Okay, so just be prepared. There's no. We got lucky with Grace, with the tropical system out in the Gulf. We got lucky with her. She's going over to Mexico. So this weekend is going to be sunny, breezy, and hot. So come prepared, okay? Those of you that have the tents that are over here on the concrete, you might want to bring your sidewalls because as the day moves, the shade will move and you might start feeling the heat off this stained concrete, okay? So bring your sidewalls, those of you that are out there on the crushed asphalt, you can do the same as well, okay? Just make sure, hold on, just make sure everything's secure. There's not a whole lot more to go over. Parking whenever you're done unloading. Oh, that's right. Here at Pasadena, unloading is a different story than loading, okay? And it's kind of like the same way over at Brenham. Let me turn you again. So when you go to load and you're underneath this pavilion or the uncovered part of the pavilion, do not bring your cars up here. Not whenever we're setting up. It does not work. It does not work. Tearing down is a different story, oddly, but setting up, don't bring your cars up here. So leave some room along this side of the pavilion so people can bring their carts and stuff over, but you can start parking over here to unload if you want, if you're in the pavilion. That's fine. But don't bring your cars up to that pavilion, because it does not work. 2 years of doing it here, it doesn't work, y'all. And then, of course, this front area too, don't bring your cars here, because this is where I'm going to put the tent vendors, okay? So it just doesn't work. I've tried. Trust me. So anywhere else you want to do it there. Now, when you're done setting up and you don't like where you've parked, you can either stay there and you like it, or you can move. So that's fine, but just don't park right up against the market area. That's all. And customer parking, let me flip this around. Oh, where are we? Okay. And customer parking, they're like water, they'll park anywhere. Okay, they're usually pretty neat about all of that and respectful of us. It should be good. Our numbers for our Facebook event are back up. Kingwood has always brought low numbers. It's always good to hit 500 with them on Facebook, but it's just a different kind of market. But we're back up to our normal stats. We're at nearly, I think, 1.5 thousand to 2,000 people interested in Pasadena Trade Days this Sunday. So I do expect a pretty good turnout. Everything is simple, easy. COVID thing, do what you wish. Be safe about it and all. But again, we're running with like what the state recommends. And the city of Pasadena doesn't have, or has not instructed me of anything different. So just do what you're comfortable with. Have the hand sanitizer and all that. Being smart about it, because again, this is a mass gathering with a bunch of strangers, even if it's just the 30 of us, okay? So be smart. But that doesn't mean that you have to wear a mask. It doesn't mean that you aren't allowed to wear a mask. Just be smart, okay? That's all I ask. So it hasn't gone away, but we still, again, need to be smart. I don't know, but I'm going to check this. There is a sink over here. Of course, there is one in the barbecue pavilion, but I noticed this. This one has soap, and we have running water, and we have hand sanitizer. Okay, which makes sense because this is like the cooking area for the pavilion. It's where the barbecue grill is. Turn around. There, okay. You normally don't put vendors back over there. But let me see what they've done to the restrooms. I'm glad I came over here. Okay. All right, so we do have soap. Ooh, it's slippery and muddy. Be careful. Okay, so we do have soap in here now and a hand air dryer. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I'll bring some. It's a little rough. But yeah, at least there's soap in there. Oh, they need to clean this, so probably let Rebecca know it needs some work. So anyway, they do have soap in the area, in the restroom now. This is great, and a hand dryer. It's fantastic. I'm glad for that. They needed it in the first place. But anyway, so you can use the soap in there and wash up and everything, wash your hands and all regularly, or you can swing over here to this area and do it here too. Bring your own hand sanitizer too, because I'm sure that little bit will go if we're all using it. So anyway, soap and water is here. I'm real happy about that. So definitely when it comes to COVID, wash your hands regularly, things like that. If you need somebody to watch your booths, let me know. I'll be glad to come booth sit for you. I don't mind that. And while you go take a break and wash up and do what you need to do. Okay, so for check-in, it's pretty much going to work the same way as we did at Kingwood. I'll have the check-in sheet with a list of your name. You'll sign it, print and sign it. And so that's pretty much it. I'll have a table. I'm not up to putting up my tent for Texas Trade Days just yet. But I do hope to do that at least by fall. So you have that one place to go. But just come over, find me. I'll have that check-in sheet for you to print and sign and date that you were here. And so I know who all's here and all. And so what I'll do too is just in case is before we open, I'll walk around. And I do have numbered spaces here on the layout. But and then I'll mark down what your number is, okay? So as y'all set up, I'll find you. So does that make sense? It's pretty easy, pretty simple, but it's a little bit different. There is maintenance here on the weekend, so if something does happen, you see something, I don't know, bugs, I don't know, something looks like it's gonna fall, something like that, I have the direct number to contact maintenance to come take care of it, as soon as possible, okay? And they're gonna come walk around and everything too. They may say hi. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. It's just different than Kingwood. And if you've never been with us at Pasadena, then it looks like controlled chaos in the morning. So I just try to keep that at a minimum as much as possible. But that's pretty much it. Pretty super simple. I'll send out market day emails to everybody with a link to this video to help them out if they're not in the group. And then, of course, go to the Pasadena Market Day details page on the vendor information page of the website, and you'll get all the rest of the stuff too. And refer back to the policy because that policy is in line with the venue contract rules for Pasadena and Galveston County, okay? So be sure you review them and everything is good. Again, no alcohol, don't even try to bring it here. And no weapons for sale and things like that. Don't bring them. If they're defined by the penal code as a weapon, don't bring it because that puts us under totally different rules with both venues, okay? So that's why I have all that there. Just don't do it. Small little generators are okay. Be safe with it. Keep it out. Trip hazards, keep kids away, pets away, things like that, okay? So I think that's it. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments and I'll get to them. But I am going to go ahead and make a couple of errands, stop by the P.O. box real quick, make sure there aren't any last minute applications in the mail for Sunday. And then when I get home, I'll work on the email and get it out to all of you that are going to be attending on Sunday. I'm really excited. I hope this helps. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can, okay? All right, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.